Okay, it should be working now. Because I disconnected from Wi-Fi and I'm just using cell phone signal. I wanted to answer the question, if you have an autoimmune disease, should you be doing paleo or autoimmune paleo? Here's my answer is that it's not always like, it depends. It depends on how bad your inflammation is, because I spoke about this earlier and I spoke about it in Instagram, Gutsy Mom, just earlier today too. But remember the inflammation curve that goes like this? It depends on how far you are on that inflammation curve. Because the further up on the inflammation curve, the longer you've had the inflammation, it's actually almost like very close to how many food allergies you have. So if you're like here on the inflammation curve, chances are you can probably do like a paleo diet. So cut out all the most inflammatory foods. So gluten and grains, dairy, soy, corn, and sugar, right? The majority of people will thrive just cutting out those things. If you are up here on the inflammation curve, you've had severe systemic inflammation for a really long time, chances are that your body is attacking not only its own tissues now, but it's being triggered when you eat certain foods too. So when you're up here on that inflammation curve, you're gonna have to be a little bit more strict with your nutrition. So the majority of my clients, I actually have them start like, even though they might be up here, I have them start with like a paleo diet. Because that's way more sustainable. And I want to see if they do okay on that. If they're not benefiting whatsoever, if they're not healing fast enough after about 2 to 3 months, then we switch them over to an autoimmune paleo. This is the issue with autoimmune paleo is you don't want it to be for a very long time. Sorry, my kids are probably going to come down here screaming. You don't want to be in it for a very long time because nuts and seeds and legumes all have really beneficial health benefits. And when you're doing autoimmune paleo, you're cutting those foods out. So nuts and seeds, they have such great protein, fatty acids, B vitamins. I mean, you name it, they have it, right? So as a like rule of thumb, and in the packets this week, you want to make sure if you have any kind of inflammation, make sure you're getting like organic nuts and seeds. Make sure they are being soaked, because maybe you're not responding well to them now, but if you soak them, then you'll respond to them better later. So try soaking them first. So I would say if you have an autoimmune disease and you're new to this whole thing, start with the paleo diets. And that it gets rid of the 5 most inflammatory foods. It's nutrient packed and dense. If you're having issues, then soak everything. Soak your nuts, soak your seeds, soak your legumes and your beans, and then cook them really well. Well, you can't really cook nuts, but you know what I'm saying. If after a few months, like you've been following it to a T, you haven't been cheating, then maybe we need to switch you over to an autoimmune paleo diet and just wait for the inflammation to die down, allow the body to heal itself for a few months, and then we slowly reincorporate other foods as well. Another thing about autoimmune paleo is it cuts out nuts and seeds too. I mean, not nuts and seeds, it cuts out eggs as well. So that sucks. A lot of people don't respond really well to eggs. I'd say it's like 1 in 4 people don't do well with eggs, but you don't know if you're the 1 in 4 or if you're the 3 in 4, right? And eggs are a really great source of protein if you metabolize them and digest them well without having like a histamine response to them. So hopefully that made sense. I thought that was a really important question and I wanted to go into detail on it. Again, you are your own health expert. So when I have clients come to me and they're like, what diet should I do? I always say, let's play around with them. Like there's no perfect diet for everyone. And so maybe you do like a combination of autoimmune with paleo. And let's say you're doing the autoimmune paleo, but you're eating nuts and seeds, but you can't eat the legumes or the eggs. So you can play around with it. For people that are doing the full menu plans right now, you have an autoimmune condition, just be really, really strict about your nuts and seeds that you're eating. Soak everything really well, and see how you do. The majority of people that have sorry, I don't know if you can hear Tennyson. He always yells when he's on the toilet. I don't know why. Why are kids so funny? I forgot what I was saying. Most people that are starting the diets, they're starting from like like half and half, like half autoimmune, like half paleo, half standard American diet. And so what this menu plan helps you do is like helps you make that commitment to like full paleo, right? Like lots of fruits and veggies, lots of nuts and seeds, lots of legumes. So give that a good try. Give it a good try for a few months. If you're just not seeing results, then switch over to the autoimmune. There will be other menu. Can you guys even hear them? And now they're fighting over the toilet. So I'm gonna end this and continue it.
I need to go poop and pee. Poop and pee. I need to go poop and pee.
My life is very normal.
My froggy toilet. Poop
Very-
and pee in my froggy toilet.
Hey, we'll go poop on the froggy toilet. I gotta go.
And pee.
Potty emergencies. So there you go. Hopefully that made sense. If it did not, ask your questions down below. I will do a follow-up if you guys have more questions. But hopefully that answered that. Bye, guys.